The G20 event itself, Sadhguru, we've been seeing in the last 1 year several events happening, one that happened also at the Isha Ashram in Coimbatore. There's a lot of talk of how India is being portrayed, because this is a message that the entire world is watching. India is known for our culture, we're known for our traditions, but how do you also ensure that it's a mix of modernity and tradition, and that message is sent across to bust that image of a snake charmer's country?
Are you insulting me?
Oh no!
Because of my snakes, my snakes and my association with snakes.
No, not at all. Only the stereotypical image of India, right, that used to be.
But I'm not insulted if you call me a snake charmer.
Oh, no.
Because Adiyogi himself carries a snake around his neck, so we don't think… If you say I'm a snake charmer, if I can charm a venomous animal, I must be something, isn't it? So, that's not the point. I know that kind of image has been spread, a very negative, and when the Chandrayaan happened, you saw the cartoon, the old 9-year-old cartoon and the new one and everything, all right? So that's been the way, that is because that's been their way, that some people think they are superior to everybody else. We are leveling that out. Everybody's head and tongue and every part of them was pointed towards India 200, 300 years ago. Why all European explorers want to come to India? Why one of those guys made a mistake and landed up in North America and called those people Indians and did whatever? At least nobody could do what they did to those Indians. They disappeared.
Correct.
All right? They disappeared. I've made a Native American tour, I've visited over 17 nations on my motorcycle during the COVID. I took that opportunity and go. I was amazed to find out there were even today there are over 500 Native American nations within United States. 500 languages, spiritual processes, traditions, everything in that continent. But all of them were just labeled as Indians. And what was over 25 million population when first white man went there, in the beginning of 20th century, they were just over 1.2 million, okay? In a matter of 160, 170 years. But they couldn't do that to us. We have lived and we've survived and we are the largest population on the planet. Nobody is able to completely demolish our culture, so though we've been ravaged for over 800 years, still we've retained our culture, language, literature, spirituality, everything we've kept. Whatever could be destroyed has been destroyed, but we kept it in our hands where nobody can destroy, still on. This is the only land, after 800 years of occupation, we still have kept this. Tell me which other part of the world has kept it. It's all wiped out, all right? So, this has happened not just because we are strong or resilient, that we are, but that also happened because of the profoundness of understanding, because of the wisdom, because of profoundness of perception and experience. We had the most profound mathematics, astronomy, music, just name it, mysticism, whatever. Because of that, we have endured. If we don't present that to the world, we will be fools. What is our strength if we don't present, then what is the point? When people come to you and you want them to respect you so that you can partner with major powers, because as I said, in United States, the per capita income is over $40,000. We are $2,600. But I don't know the rates and prices in India, I mean in Delhi, but in Tamil Nadu where we are, if you go to a restaurant, if you have 50 rupees, you can eat a full meal. Full, well-nourishing meal you can eat. 50 rupees is how much? About 62 cents.
Yes.
62 cents get a meal in United States. Let me see. There is no way. So I'm saying, these international values that are there, we shouldn't be carried away by that. We must look at our people. Are they looking more nourished? Have you grown a couple of inches taller than your parents?
Yes.
Yes, that is the thing that matters. Even though if they were in reasonably well-to-do situations, their nourishment was less than yours. Today look at most of the young people, they're taller than their parents. This is what we want to see. Human beings are doing better.
But shouldn't we counter that narrative? Or
What?
do you think that India is okay, we're doing well on our own, we focus on that, but shouldn't we counter this narrative of trying to kind
We
of…
must counter the narrative, but not by fighting with them.
No aggression.
It's not… I'm not saying no aggression. All I'm saying is, you must do it the way it works. See, you are simply insulting me, so I will abuse you. Then you will abuse me, but you have bigger hands than me, then you will try to beat me. This is unnecessary for us because we want to grow. Now we will grow, present ourselves, now we landed on the moon. How will they abuse us? Somebody does that also, but they make complete fools of themselves. We are successful. Over 72 companies in the Fortune 500 companies are right now being led by Indian people of Indian origin. Nations which ruled us, those nations are being ruled by people who call themselves strongly, I'm a Hindu,
Yes.
all right? Which was never possible. Without belonging to that religion, you could never get elected. But we managed this. Just keep quiet, there is no need to rub it in their face because then they will hit back at you. Don't rub it in their face. As you grow, as you become better, people start recognizing this already happening. Wherever I go, how it was 10, 12 or let's say 15, 20 years ago and how it is today, everywhere, every door is open.
So how was it earlier, Sadhguru? I'm curious to know. What was the reception you got earlier versus now?
See,
You say that now they ask
this
about
is a
Bharat.
mixed bag. I cannot say 100% it's because of this or that. As I told you, in one event that happened, and that happens in various different ways. Even at the immigration, how Indians are treated today and how they were treated some time ago is very different. It is also personally myself, how they saw me 20 years ago and how they see me today is a world of difference, all right? It took that long for them to see the value of what is being offered. So it is a mixture for me. I can't say it's all because of India's recognition, it's both. But I can clearly see that recognition is there.
That's amazing to hear. You mentioned one achievement that I also wanted to talk to you about, what our space heroes have done. ISRO with Chandrayaan-3, with Aditya L1. It's a great sense of pride, and I think it completely changes how the world also sees us for that moment. I'm sure you were watching when Chandrayaan-3 touched down on the moon. How did you feel, Sadhguru?
Well, we got up and danced, we were in tears. Because I know all these scientists very well, they are very close to us. They're a lot of them are who done our programs, they visit the yoga center regularly. They're engaged with us. I know them as people. I know what it meant to them. These are brilliant people, but so unassuming. If you see them on the street, you would think maybe they're a government clerk or something, okay? Because there is no high-funder, show-off or anything. I was talking to our people and they said, Sadhguru, what is this ISRO, how does it work, whatever. I said, see, somebody very close to me expressed this, I must say this. It's hard, I don't know how to keep secrets, this is my problem. Let me tell you, my daughter went there to one of the launches she wanted to see.
Okay.
They did not know who she is, she just went. She sat with the crowd, she watched everything. She came back and said, this organization, they're just working like Isha volunteers. Simply, selflessly on, nothing, there is nobody trying to pay big or small, everybody doing. And later on when she was leaving, they realized who she is and then they all did that. But even when she went anonymously, they treated her so well and took care of her so well and everything was taken care of. This was her expression. They are working like Isha volunteers. This means they're crazy people, day and night, there's no day or no night, 20 hours, 22 hours, they're working. This is our way. But in a government organization, they're working like that, they're so committed to their cause, whatever their cause is, as we are committed to our cause, they're committed to their cause absolutely, which is fantastic. I think thanks to Vikram Sarabhai and Satish Dhawan and those doyens who set up that culture, Homi, Baba, they set up that culture that still this generation of people are keeping that up, which is very moving, very, very moving for me. Because when the scientists come, both of us are in tears, because they recognize how our people are committed to what they're doing, we recognize how they're committed. So, it is a fantastic moment. Some idiots are commenting, oh, a poor nation, why are they going to moon, why are they going to sun?
Why are we investing in space?
Yeah, it's okay, they can talk. That's why I'm saying, we don't have to go on trying to hit back everybody who says something about us. That is the wisdom of this country.
There was another narrative also that came up, which was viral videos essentially of ISRO scientists before Chandrayaan 3's launch, visiting temples, offering prayers.
Why can't they?
They're saying, science, this is science, why are you mixing faith in it? And I also saw your video about your reference to why Shiva Shakti point is called Shiva Shakti point, why give it a religious term?
See, faith belongs to Abrahamic religions. We are not people of faith. We are seekers. In our seeking, we have discovered some things. We have created certain tools and methods. So we use those tools and methods for our well-being. Well, there are 1,000 examples, I am a living example, but you know, anything Indian doesn't work, at least in a lot of people's minds. Because our education is Western, so we're made to believe if it's like this, it cannot work. There are any number of people who have no Western education, who are phenomenally successful in the world. The top business people in the country are like that. Our Prime Minister is like that. There are many others who have excelled in whatever they are doing without Westernized education in their heads. So, about a scientist going to a temple, every American university, Ivy League universities, have chapels in the heart of those universities. Now, if American president takes oath, he says in the name of God. Now if you go to UK, if any whatever, you know, if let's say G20 happened in UK, then if the king is there, if a dinner is served without chaplain coming and saying prayer, you cannot eat, everybody waits. All that is okay. In India, somehow, if an Indian scientist go to his temple, you must understand temple is not of faith. Temple is a tool for us. Temple is a tool for opening up certain possibilities, enhancing our capabilities and our perception. Oh, all this rubbish, there are people, textbook scientists who are everyday commenting, or I would rather say they have not even read the textbook, they are WhatsApp scientists who are making all these comments. But what do they have to say for someone like Ramanujam, who poured out mathematics, who mathematical background or backbone he gave for black holes when there was no concept of black holes in the scientific community. And he said, my Devi bleeds mathematics. Because we always use these deities as windows. These are methods to do things. We are not people who go and pray. Do this, do that, make my Chandrayaan successful, that is not the thing. Just going there, imbibing certain energy so that I can function at a higher level. We are not asking God to make our Chandrayaan successful. The scientist looking how to upgrade himself to do this enormous task. Yes, everybody should do that. This is what this culture and this civilization is about.
I think that's a lot to chew upon as well, because I think what you've done is essentially responded to all the social media chatter about Shiva Shakti point as well, Sadhguru.
I've spoken about it. See, when you say Shiva Shakti, they are simplistic minds. Simplistic means rudimentary minds, I would say. They think, oh, you're God and Goddess. Shiva Shakti are not film heroines or something. Shiva Shakti is on many different dimensions. On one level, it is just existence in a fundamental way, on another level it's an expression of existence, on another level it's personified as deities. There are many aspects to the same thing.
But linked to one religion?
No. First you must understand, we are not a religious nation. We are a land of seekers. You're supposed to seek the truth about your life. Why? Krishna has already said everything, why should you seek? That means you don't believe what he has said? Yes, that's how we are. Even if so-called divine entity comes and speaks, we will bow down in greatest respect, but we still have to know it from our experience. This is science. Science means without proof for myself, I will not come to a conclusion. This is spiritual process. Why Shiva has said everything, Krishna has said everything, many gurus have said everything, there is no need to seek, it's already written in the book. This is the way of the rest of the world. It's written in the book, that's it. But we know, book, anybody can write anything. I can write a book too, you can write a book too, and there are books and books. So we never value the authority, you must understand this. Even when Shiva came, when he opened his mouth, his wife asked 1,000 questions. When Krishna, after many years, one closest person in his life, he tries to speak, that too in an extreme situation. In a battlefield, how many questions that fellow is asking? Because we are a land of inquiry, we are a land of seeking. We don't settle for commandments because we don't value authority. For us, truth is the only authority. Seeking truth, seeking liberation within ourselves is the only value. So this does not belong to a religion. Just because somebody has a religion, they think you have one. No, we don't have one. See, in our families, like they have, my father has one god, my mother has one god, this. My uncle is coming, he doesn't worship any of these gods, he's got his own god. So because he's coming, his god we will bring and establish. We have no problem, his god is coming into our house. Because he doesn't worship our god, he worships different god. So we bring that god into our house that day. So this is not religion, this is a method, a way to transform ourselves, to liberate ourselves from whatever. We use various tools. This is the only culture which is conscious somewhere deep inside that God is our making. Everywhere else, people believe they are God's making. That's a serious mistake.
This has been extremely enlightening, Sadhguru.
Anyway, this question when it came, I know if you've heard the video.
I have, yes.
So, Shiva Shakti, Hindu names, why are we giving? Well, what is Apollo? What is Luna? What is Neptune? What is Jupiter? What is Saturn? All either Greek or Roman gods and goddesses. But you had no problem. No problem. The moment it becomes Hindu, there is a problem. You must understand this. Hindu is not a religion. Hindu is a land. People who lived in this land also became Hindu. Because people who lived in this land is Hindu and this country is Hindustan. But essentially we are people who belong to Sanatan Dharma. Dharma does not mean religion, dharma means the law. Sanatana means eternal. Dharma means the law, the eternal law. What governs the universe, what governs our creation? We are constantly trying to be in tune with that. Anything that's eternal is naturally all-inclusive, isn't it? If you have your faith, I have my faith. There is no way you and me are going to be one. We can pretend. When it comes to real things, we will fight. This has been the way of the world. This is why India is important. This is why our motto right now for G20 is one earth, one family, one future. This is the only sustainable way of existing on this planet.
And it's a message we're sending out to the world as well with the G20. Sadhguru, thank you very much for joining us here on India Today. This is India's moment. We're saying that India is Vishwa Guru, so we thought it's only fitting to have Sadhguru here with us to talk about the G20 summit. But that's it from me, Akshatanand Gopal. Thank you very much for tuning in.
If you like the video, do like, comment, share and subscribe.